Touchscreen is a playstyle that's looked down upon in the Osu community. Many people think it's easier than mouse and tablet, they don't want to see it on the leaderboard, they hate it, they have a panic attack whenever they see a TD score. Despite all of that, there are many touchscreen players out there that are pushing the boundaries of what's possible, showing the true potential of this device in the Osu community. Among those people there stands one man who has completely revolutionized everything we knew about touchscreen, showing an insane potential for scores that have never been set before. This player is of course Mr. Bonk. As you can probably tell, Bonk uses a pretty unorthodox playstyle where instead of just tapping on his touchscreen device, he actually drags on it with his finger, tapping with his keyboard. This playstyle is pretty rare these days, but it's actually not the first of its kind. In fact, many old players like Biko, Sapphire Ghost, and even Cyclone all the way back in 2008 actually used a pretty similar playstyle, but instead of actually dragging with their finger, they were dragging on a tablet using a pen. Bonk has been able to set all sorts of insane scores, such as a double time FC on Astro Sexy or an Hard Rock FC on Dopamine, just to name a few. And he even caused some controversy due to his playstyle and people thinking that it's easier compared to mouse and tablet once again, even though it has completely different implications compared to usual touchscreen. Me, of course, being a real gamer 4000, I've played with a variety of different devices including mice, tablets, but I never actually tried to play on touchscreen. And the thing that's been holding me back is the fact that for a very long time I wanted to buy a laptop for myself for university, and so I wanted to get one with a touchscreen, but thanks to COVID I'm basically not going to university anymore, I'm using my normal computer, so now I can look into alternatives for it, and I went on Amazon and found different types of gaming portable devices, gaming monitors that claim to be touchscreens. And well, they have some very strange resolutions. Some of them are very odd, some of them look very odd, some of them have terrible response times. But I came across this portable touchscreen monitor that claims to be a gaming touchscreen monitor by G-Story, and I ended up buying it so that I can see whether it really is good for Osu and whether the Bonk Method is the future of this game. Before I start this review, I want to specify that this touchscreen has a variety of different settings and things that you can do with consoles and whatnot, but I'm not really gonna go in detail about that because I don't have consoles, and this video is not really a standard review but rather more like a playthrough on Osu, right? So I'm gonna be focusing on that for the majority of this video. Before we get to the actual unboxing, I would like to remind you all to like this video and subscribe to my channel, it really helps me a lot. And if you want, you can join my Discord for more news and to know when I go live on my Twitch. Now let's open up this thing. And there it is, that's the box over there. So I'm gonna open it and we are met with a piece of paper that says G-Story. Alright, let's put it away. There it is, the actual monitor covered by a cover, surprisingly. Obviously, other than covering the monitor itself, this also can be used as a stand, meaning you don't have to put it flat on the ground, you can actually put it to an angle. Inside the box we also have some usual paperwork which we don't really care about, so we can just put it away. Hopefully you can't scan my QR code and scam me somehow. There are all sorts of different cables you could possibly ever need. There's a USB-A to Type-C cable, micro USB to USB cable, HDMI to mini HDMI, and Type-C to Type-C. There is also a remote control actually, just like the Osu bitmap, that's how you know this tablet is good. Actually it's not a tablet, it's a monitor. I will probably confuse myself a lot in this video because it just looks like a tablet. There's also an empty hole in here, which I'm assuming there was supposed to be some kind of power outlet in here, but it's actually not there, which is very weird. Hopefully I didn't get scammed, I honestly have no idea. You guys can tell me, I don't know. The one thing I really like about this monitor is its surface. It's very smooth, it's not glossy, meaning you're gonna be able to slide your fingers on this monitor very nice and quickly, just like an Osu player slides in the DMs of an underage girl. Trying to make the monitor stand up with this stand was probably the worst experience in my life, to be completely honest. It was awful, really bad quality, so I definitely don't recommend it when it comes to that. You should probably buy a stand of your own, I'm pretty sure those are cheap anyway. Or if you have more experience with those kinds of devices, you probably have some of them laying around your house, and in that case you can use those, because the one that's given with this particular one is pretty awful to say the least, but at least it stays in place. As you can see, I'm trying to drag on it, it's not moving too much, but I'm still probably gonna put my keyboard behind it just so it can stay in a single position without moving around. It's a bit inconvenient, but it's not the end of the world. On the left we have a switch for volume, cause this monitor does indeed have speakers, though they are as good as you would expect from a monitor. And on the right side we have all sorts of USB ports, mini HDMI, all the things you're gonna need to connect this device to whatever device you want, whether it's your phone or your computer. I'm gonna connect my mini HDMI cable. Of course this means that this monitor can only go up to 60 Hz, but I'm an old school player, so I'm not gonna have any issues playing on 60 Hz. As you can see, the monitor works just fine, but in order to activate the touchscreen functions you actually need to go into the Windows settings and make this your main display, which could be annoying for some people, including myself, but this is all in the name of tapping on circles, so I'm fine with it. Scrolling through the menu feels like a breeze. It's extremely responsive, it doesn't feel like there's any input delay. There is an input delay of 8 milliseconds, but it's so small you're barely gonna notice it. I had to put my tablet in this very wonky setup where I basically had to set it on top of boxes and lock it in place, cause otherwise it would fall thanks to the amazing stand that's provided. And as you can tell by me struggling on Harumachi Clover with no mod, this playstyle is definitely very easy and most of all very viable. In fact, I expect to FC Astro Sexy with double time within 1 week. I wanna talk about the good and bad things of this Bonk playstyle, starting off with the good. That basically ends that section. Now let's talk about what's bad about this playstyle. Everything, guys, it's terrible, absolutely awful. It's probably been the most tedious experience I've ever had to try and play like Bonk does. First of all, your hand and arm are gonna cover half of your playfield, so some patterns are just gonna be invisible to you, you're gonna have to memorize them. Jumps become extremely difficult because you're gonna have to drag your finger across the monitor, especially for large full screen jumps. Even on a 4-star map it's gonna feel like you're doing an arm workout every time you play the game. And the worst thing of all is the fact that your arm has to hover the entire time, making it extremely tiring. My god, I can't explain this, I couldn't play for more than 1 hour because my arm was feeling sore after that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought this was gonna be easy, I thought I was gonna be able to at least FC a 6-star right off the bat. But it's so incredibly tough and difficult. Watching Bonk play, obviously he makes it look easy, but I have nothing but respect for him now, because this is actually probably the worst gaming experience I've ever had with Osu. I played with a mouse from the 90s and it was less painful than whatever this was. Because I had a touchscreen on me, I decided to play some standard touchscreen, and that, I gotta say, it was actually pretty fun. Really enjoyed it. Obviously I'm not good or anything, I don't have the muscle memory, I started single tapping everything even though I had 2 hands at my disposal. I gotta say, the response time really shines on this monitor because I'm not really having too much trouble getting good accuracy. The only ways I drop accuracy aren't actually because of the hundreds, but it's because I'm basically missing entire patterns because I'm not used to it. Or because I genuinely can't see them because again, my hand is gonna be covering most of the playfield. I even went god mode on those squares, look at that. That's impressive, huh? No doubt I'm gonna be the next going, just give me 1 week, alright? Final thoughts on this monitor? I think if you are any sort of a sane person, you are not going to buy this just to try and emulate what Bonk does. If you're a touchscreen player, however, that's already established in the touchscreen community and can already play touchscreen, and I'm talking about touchscreen only here, this could actually be a good upgrade because despite its shortcomings with 60 Hz or the stand, which is absolutely awful, it's actually extremely responsive, and if I can get good accuracy with it, as a non-expert, I'm pretty sure that a very good touchscreen player could probably do wonders with this particular device. And I really like the texture of the monitor again, it's not glossy, you're gonna be able to slide your fingers beautifully. If you wanna play notch hell, you're free to do so. Of course, this monitor has other uses too, as I mentioned, you can use it for consoles, it's portable, so you can use it in case you wanna travel or work, though I don't know how possible that is with COVID at the moment. Whether you wanna use it to play Osu specifically or to do anything else with it, I'm gonna leave some Amazon links down there in the description so you can check out this monitor and buy it for yourself if you want. I'm also gonna leave another link with all of my equipment in case you're curious, in case you wanna know what I use to make my videos or to play the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and actually make sure to send me a comment. I wanna know your opinion about this device if you used it, your opinion on touchscreen, your opinion on the Bonk method. I'm very curious of knowing what you guys feel like. Until then, I will see you all on Twitch and in my next video. Have a good one, guys.